Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining me tonight. I have a watermelon themed project tonight. I hope you're going to love this one. So come sit down, relax for a little while, and we will craft together for a little bit. I have, oh, there goes Dozer. Say hi to Dozer. He's barking at someone outside. Who knows what? Who knows? All day long. He barks at everything. I'm lucky whenever I'm working during the day if I'm on mute when it starts because it's ridiculous all day long. All right, so I have my little sponge here. I'm going to just spray it with a little bit of water, just a tiny bit. And I have some black paint here. So I'm going to just use the black on the word hello, and I'll show you here in just a second exactly what we're doing here, okay? And then I have cherry paste that we're going to use on the word summer. So I already pre-painted my round, most of it, except for this part, so that we wouldn't have to sit here and watch me paint. And we could get to the good stuff, right? All right. So this is just black chalk paint, okay? Nothing fancy about it. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? I am doing well. Thank you so much for joining me. Keyword is summer, okay? I hope y'all are ready. I love spring, but I need to mix it up a little bit. And I found this watermelon door hanger file the other day, and I couldn't resist. Hopefully it's not too early for doing summer stuff. I'll go back and forth because I love spring also, but gotta mix it up a little bit. All right, let me pin this. Hey, Gwen, how are you, love? Oh, let me make sure that's... Okay, good. It's on. And hi, Melanie. Thank you for joining me. Hey, Lisa. Welcome. All right. Here we are. All right. So, any big plans for the weekend? I don't really have any. Ivy, my daughter, is going to be staying with us. So she's coming, I think, tonight. So after my live is over, I've got to go in the room in there and clean up the closet, because the closet has a bunch of my junk in there. I need to drag it all out, find somewhere to shove it all. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Okay, this is cherry. It's cherry paste, okay? I just mixed it with a little bit of water. I used it on the round too, so I already had it all mixed up. I'm going to use it on my letters here, and hopefully this will be perfect with my theme. All right. Let's see. So, yeah, Ivy will be here tonight with her dog, who I love. I mean, I love her too, but I really love her dog a lot. So she'll be staying with us for a little while. Really excited for that. Get to have some time with her, especially since we were in Tennessee. I did not get to see her nearly as much as I would have liked to. So it'll be nice. And then tomorrow, either tomorrow or Sunday, Chris and I plan on cleaning out the garage. So we're gonna, it's not really messy, really bad or anything, but we have not unpacked everything in the garage yet. So that is the goal for tomorrow. I've got some shelves that I bought for my surfaces that I want those put together. I have 3 of them set up in my craft room in here. And then I have like several more. I don't know how many I bought total that I want to put out in the garage for garage stuff and for my surfaces to be moved out there. I don't want any surfaces in my room because it just takes up too much space in here. And I have like some Tupperware Rubbermaid containers to put my surfaces in. I think that'll be perfect. Okay, so I'm all painted up here. Let me give this a good dry. And I'm going to just take these. I cut off the end of it. I'm going to put it over there, let it dry overnight. And then the next time that I go to paint, I'll grab one of the used ones I have over here and I'll cut the end off of it. Hi, Margie. Hi, Phyllis. How are you? Ivy is 20. She'll be 26 this year. So she's actually my ex's daughter, who I've adopted long, long ago. Probably, I don't know, 13 years ago now, I think. 14 years. So, yeah, she's my kid. And yeah, I had a great day. I had to work today, but it was a short day. Shortish, easy Friday, thank God. Because I was not feeling it at all. I did not want to be working at all today. But I got my stuff accomplished and relaxed this afternoon until Chris got home. Hi, Stacy. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to just pull this all off of here. And again, you can comment summer to get the link to all the stuff that I'm using. I don't know if you've checked it out yet, but on the Chalk website, they have been releasing retired stuff that's not normally available and listing it for sale, and big time sale. So the transfer that we're going to use tonight is one of those, and they have not had this transfer available since I first started, which was 3 years ago. Okay. So it's a big deal. And when I saw that transfer was on the website today, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to use that. And this surface, I think, will be perfect for it. If I could just not quit getting paint all over me, that'd be wonderful. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. It seems unlikely. Oh, and I just realized I have another spot of paint, black paint that I need to paint too. Okay, so here's the round that we're going to use, okay? This is a watermelon. Now, on this bottom part, we've got the watermelon seeds are cutouts, okay? So we need to paint the background here. This is the idea. I have a pencil here. Hi, Michelle. How are you? I'm going to just trace around these, okay, on the inside of them so that I can get a rough idea. I don't need to paint this entire thing. I just need to paint around where those are, right? And we're going to use black. So I'm going to use my same little, oh, that's not my same one. Where is it? What have I done? Here it is. Goodness. I'm super glad it's Friday too, Stacy. It's been a long week. I do have to go back to New Orleans next week on Monday morning, early, which stinks. So I'm going to try my best to plan some projects. I can't make any promises though. Usually whenever I travel, I end up having to go to these dinners and I don't end up getting back until late. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do lives while I'm there or not, but I'm only there Monday through Wednesday. So I'll be back on Wednesday evening and I'll probably do a live on Wednesday. If I get home in time, I can't quite remember. I think I'm coming home earlier on Wednesday, so I'm hoping that I can do a live. Okay, so as you can see, I just painted just enough on this to line up with those holes. Now, I'm going to check this before I move on and before I start gluing to make sure that the holes are coming through black. Yeah, you know, that's one of my fears, actually, Sue. And hi, thank you for joining me. Is that one of these days, because I get so much paint on my hands, that I'll have paint on my hand and wipe it on myself. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. It's absolute perfection, okay? My seeds are showing through. I also have the rind here, okay? So here's my thought. Now, this is all going to come together just like that. This is the transfer that I pulled out. This is the farmhouse tile. Hopefully you know what this transfer is, and if not, this is one of the older transfers that, like I said, it's from when I first started at Chalk, like forever ago. Okay, now what I'm thinking is that I can use this top part down here on the watermelon, okay, and then the bottom part up here on the top, okay, and I think it'll be great. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull this away. Okay. Now, we got to do this like backwards, and it's going to be weird. So let's just get weird, okay? Just get into it. I know. All right, so this is Shimmer Crimson. Okay, love this color. It's pretty excellent for this purpose and for every other purpose, to be honest. If you have Bite Me from last month, that one would be a good one too. And I don't think I'm even going to fuzz this because this transfer, I've used it a bunch of times, okay? Whenever you get your new one, make sure that you do fuzz it, okay? But I'm not going to because it has a bunch of silkscreen and I don't want to fuzz it too much or put wax down, okay? And keep it from really sticking really well, okay? Now, using this shimmer is going to help because shimmer's not quite as thin as regular matte paste is. So it doesn't bleed as well, okay, as the matte paste does. So you're safer that you won't have bleeds as bad with shimmer. So if you're concerned about that, try a shimmer color. And you'll be safer. Now, I can't guarantee that you're never going to have bleeds, but it's a heck of a lot less likely because it's just a little thicker most of the time. Now, my Shimmer Silver was kind of runny last time I used it. So just keep an eye out for that. If your paste is real runny, you can leave it open for about 5 minutes before you start, and that might help. Okay, now try not to leave it open too much because it will dry your paste out, okay? And then it'll be thick, like real thick. And that's not good either. So you want to find a balance. Just using it regularly will help too. Just a little bit of time that you leave it open when you use it will help to kind of dry it up a little bit to where it's not quite so runny. But the shimmer pretty much always a good bet to be a little thicker because the glitter, you know. Now, it also takes a little longer to dry. This is one of the older transfers, so it's not the see-through that we're so used to now, okay? I believe this one is a repeatable pattern. If you need to line it up again, like along the edge to match the pattern, pretty easy to do that with this one. Oh, I love it. I love this transfer so much. Okay. Trying not to get this paste all over the place because I want to use this transfer again. But also not trying to stick it to there. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. I love it. Now I'm going to just set it over there to dry. Hi, Amy. How are you? There's a moth flying around in here, y'all. It's going to attack me now that I said something about it. Okay, so here's the top. Here's the backer. Let's see if I can move my letters over here too so that I can keep them out of the way. Not knock them off my desk. That'd be good. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just fold this up and I'm going to put that back on the backer sheet so that I don't get this paste everywhere, okay? I'm going to try my very best and not make a giant mess here. So, do the same exact thing. I'm going to pull it and place it down. I just folded that backer sheet, okay? And I'm going to let it overlap just a little bit with the line. So there's a score line there where the centerpiece is going to go. So that's the great thing about this is that you don't have to paint perfectly along the lines or anything like that. You don't have to tape it off. I didn't, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Whenever I painted a minute ago, I just went right over the line because I have a centerpiece that's going to cover that up, so it doesn't matter. Now, you could even really get crazy with it. And so I painted the centerpiece that goes on top of the center black. Now, I was thinking about even taking that one and using this pattern on it in black shimmer shadow. Okay, because I painted it a flat black. But I'm going to leave it. I don't want it to be too much. And, I mean, you can see this pattern. And you'd be able to see the shimmer black, but I just don't want it to be too busy, you know? And I've been known for going a little too over the top and making things too busy. So let's keep it simple. As my old boss used to say, keep it simple, stupid. And use the acronym KISS, because it doesn't have to be that complicated, okay? Now, I do have my hot glue gun heating up right now, and I'm going to use it to glue this thing together, but you might want to use a secondary glue also, like a Stick Fast or E6000 or something like that along with the hot glue, just to ensure that hold, especially if you're going to put this on a door. If it's got blazing sun on it, you definitely don't want to use a hot glue gun because it's just going to melt, okay? And then your door hanger is going to fall. So keep that in mind. Hi, Rhoda. How are you, love? Yes, I do love the more sheer transfers. They're so much easier to clean, easier to see through whenever you're trying to line them up on something. But these older transfers, this design is just the designs that we had. And I mean, the ones that we currently have are great. Okay. But I do love a good retired transfer. Hi, Kara. How are you? Okay. So sorry, I missed a bunch of your comments, but I'm glad that watermelon's your favorite. I absolutely love watermelon. Last summer, I did a whole watermelon series, like a whole week of different watermelon projects, and became a little obsessive about it. It was probably annoying, actually, for people to watch. So many different watermelon transfers. Or designs, projects. I couldn't help it. I can't be helped in most ways, actually. So, that's a little about me. Alright, now, let's see if we can't. This one's probably very close to dry, if not dry all the way, but might as well get them both dry at the same time. But as you can see, I don't know if y'all can tell, but this line here along this edge is not perfect, okay? I did not paint it perfectly because I don't care. I'm going to cover it up with this in a minute, okay? So it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. You don't have to be a perfectionist on this project. And I promise you it will turn out fabulous. No matter what you do with it, it will look amazing. And if you use the transfer on it, 9 times out of 10, your stuff is going to look like you bought it at a store. Okay? And I don't have a lot of creativity running through my bones. But the transfers or talent, honestly. I'm not a painter. I'm not like an artist or anything like that. But the transfers make it so simple. So get this one on sale by commenting summer. And also I'm doing a 30% off cutout sale on my Etsy site right now for my chalk anniversary. You're welcome to shop that anytime. The sale does run through next week. Through, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So grab some stuff on sale from there. Grab some of these discount transfers. Y'all, there's so many good ones that they just released today. Trying to make room for some of the new stuff that's coming. Alright, I think we're good here. Now, we can start putting this all together. Okay, so let me just show you. I'm just going to place all this. And I'll show you how it goes together, and then we'll glue. Okay, I don't want to glue first. And in fact, before we do anything, let us first do the back, okay? I never do this in the right order. Let me put my leg down. I have it up. I never do it in the right order, and then I always complain that I should have done this first. So, I cut myself a piece of jute. I have my little backer pieces. I'll show you how these go on. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to lay it on my fuzzing cloth. Let me just... Okay. Oh, y'all, this has holes in it. I'm losing my mind. I don't need to worry about it. Okay. I don't know why I thought I needed a hanger for this one. I obviously was not paying very close attention. But I don't need a hanger. It has holes. So just laugh to yourselves. about that. I do have a piece of jute to hang it from though, thank gosh. I'll get it together one of these days, and then everybody better watch out because I'll be on the move. All right, now the word hello goes up here. Oh, this looks so good. Y'all, this is really pretty. Oh, I love it already. I am obsessed with this. Oh yeah. This looks fabulous. I really, really love this. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my first, so I am gonna double glue this, okay? I'm gonna use Stick Fast and hot glue just to make it sure it sticks really well. I have found that whenever I glue something over shimmer paste, sometimes glue gun doesn't do its job very well, okay? So I'm just using a little bit of Stick Fast. I'm trying my best not to go overboard. I will stick my fingers together probably at least once, or stick myself to this one of these cutouts during this live video. So stay tuned for that. All right, now I'm going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue. I don't want to use a whole lot because this one's really thin, okay? So there we go. Now, there are score lines on the background that show you where to place the words, which is amazing because then there's no like thinking about it, okay? There's no contemplating whether you have this straight or whatever. It's pretty straightforward. So again, a little bit of Stick Fast. Try not to stick yourself to the wood. A tiny bit of hot glue just to hold it right away. And then the Stick Fast will take over. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. Isn't it cute? Yeah, and this cherry paste, y'all. If you haven't gotten this cherry paste yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. I love this color. I'm not even a fan of red, but it's a great color. Now, Candy Apple is a classic, of course, okay? But the cherry just pops. I don't know what it is, but it just really pops. Yay! I'm excited. You'll be really excited too. There's a bunch of new stuff out there, Michelle. Michelle, sorry. I thought it was Michelle that commented that. And then I looked over and I saw Stephanie. And I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, there's a bunch of new stuff up on my Etsy right now. Even my shirts are on sale. Normally I don't include them in my sales, but I thought, what the heck? Might as well. Because why not, right? So yeah, there's a bunch of new cutouts up that I just posted the other day. The Stick Fast does dry clear, thank God, because I make a mess with it every time. But I'm really trying to not overdo it, and every time I do, so I really can't be helped. That's why I don't sell my crafts, because they can be questionable sometimes. Telling you, my skill level is not what it may seem to be. Okay, so now I've got this part going, okay? We're going to, again, Stick Fast first, and then a good amount of hot glue, okay? And before I move on from here, I'm going to put a new stick of glue in there, so I'll be ready for the next one. Okay, let me grab another stick here, and I like to put a little bit of glue on the back right there just to glue it to itself. And then we'll go do the inside piece first of our watermelon. Let's stick fast first. And this just is like giving it a little of an extra layer of protection, okay? So that it doesn't come off. Which I've never had one come off, like big pieces or anything like this. I have had little pieces fall off just from using hot glue by itself. Mainly whenever the background that I'm gluing it to is shimmer paste like this, okay? Most of the time it's pretty safe, but I just never know. So better to be safe, right? Okay, and then a little bit of hot glue there for our rind. You can even take a little bit of yellow and add it on your rind. And remember, if you want to save even more on chalk products, you can sign up as my Perks member and save an additional 30% off of your purchases, okay? Y'all, look how stinking cute this is. Oh my gosh. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. I can't believe I didn't realize that this already had holes in it. Goofy, I swear. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this through here. Now you'll see that this is, the holes are way too big, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this short. Let me make it shorter than I need it to be because I never can tie a knot in exactly the right spot that I want it to be in. See how huge those holes are? I mean, like, those will just come right through. So what I'm going to do is, and here's where I should have done this a minute ago, but I didn't. Yeah, Michelle, I figured that out. I think it was last week. I had to use a nail file on all my fingers because I had stick fast all over me. Okay, so I have this like random ribbon that I had in my drawer in here for a while. I'm gonna just cut a couple of small strips, okay, with my scissors. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna glue this on here, just like that, okay, just to glue it to the backer. Some pretty decent amount of glue here. Now you could use a stapler. Be careful with your length of staples. This is only an eighth of an inch thick. Okay, make sure that you have shorter staples if you're gonna staple on the back of this thing. I'm just gonna use glue because my front door doesn't get, that's what I'll try next time is nail polish remover. Mine doesn't get full sun. And so I'm not real worried about it melting, but I think that will hold. Okay, so that's all I did there on the back, just to hold those, so that whenever it hangs, it'll hang. Now I'm not gonna hold it by that yet because it's not quite ready, but what do y'all think? Isn't this so cute? Look at that detail from the shimmer. Isn't that so pretty? And I really love that I did it on the top and the bottom. I hope y'all love this. What do you think? Make sure that you comment summer and check out the sale on my page. There's tons and tons of retired stuff available and 30% off all the cutouts on my Etsy until next week. Okay? I love you all. I hope you had a great day, and I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. I will see you all tomorrow night. Okay? All right. See ya.